Hey guys, my name's Gloria. Welcome back to my channel. I have my flapper dress on and I'm ready to fucking party. It's the 1920s. No, it's not the 1920s, it's the 2020s, but I'm dressed like it's the 1920s because fuck it. I actually bought this dress for future performances on stage. I'm unironically hoping to get into the Charleston this year. I'm doing it because I think it would be a fun little jig to learn for stage performances, and I think the hair suits me. So today I'm going to talk about clearly something I absolutely love, which is horror, and I'm going to do the horror book tag. I actually saw the horror book tag on The Book Was Better, their channel, but it was started by Hey Little Thrifter, so I'll link them both down below. Thank you for making your videos and thank you for coming up with the tag, because I love anything to do with horror. Do you like my little skelly guys? I quite like them. How and when did you get into horror? So I was born and that's where it started. I can't ever remember not liking kind of creepy things. When I was a very young kid, I was terrified of them, but I always went back to them. So I think it probably started with things like The Nightmare Before Christmas and Tim Burton and stuff, but I did watch The Exorcist when I was like 6, and it traumatized me, but in a good way. So I don't know what you can do with that, but yeah, it was movies. When I was very young, I've always loved horror movies, still do. I could watch 3 a day if I didn't have a job. So yeah, it was movies first, and then leading into that, what was the first horror book that you read? I started off reading a lot of fantasy first, but I would read anything that was in my house, and my sister had a lot of R.L. Stine Goosebumps books around, so obviously loved horror movies, grabbed onto anything that looked creepy or weird. And yeah, I think the first kind of scary books that I read would have been Goosebumps books. But I also used to love the TV shows. I think it was Canadian. Are You Afraid of the Dark? That freaked me out. I love that. I think there was a Goosebumps TV show, but I don't know if we really watched it that much. For any Irish viewers out there, I used to watch a lot of Raj and Podge. It was Podge and Raj, you absolute dingus. Scary stories of bedtime. Totally for adults. Shouldn't have been watching that at the age of 8, but you know, nobody caught me, so it's fine. What horror related goodness can we expect from your channel? So pretty much anything. Probably more outfits like this. I do burlesque, so I have to dress up a lot. I mean, I say that like I don't clearly love it, but I dress up a lot for that. I'm actually in a horror burlesque competition next month, and I should be working on my outfit for that, but I did this instead, so yeah, no. I love books, I love movies, basically anything to do with horror, any creepy stuff. Do you have any favourite themes or subgenres? Yes, so I love demon possessions, I love ghosts, haunted houses, paranormal stuff, anything like that that's a bit weird. Demon possessions I think is my favourite. I've probably seen every demon possession movie out there. I absolutely love them. Name an underrated horror novel or author. So for this one I've picked an Irish female author who's just being reprinted again by Tramp Press, which are a publishing house in Ireland run by 2 fantastic women, and they're trying to bring back sort of lost voices that don't get published anymore but definitely should. And this author was described to me as the Irish Shirley Jackson, so I was like, fucking gimme. But also she's from Donegal and I'm from Donegal. That's fantastic. We're great. We're soulmates. So it's Dorothy McCardle. This is the first one that they printed. It's called The Uninvited. There's a sequel to this, and then there's another book that they just came out with. They all have these fantastic, super colourful neon covers on them, which I think is great. And yeah, I haven't read the other 2 yet, but I read The Uninvited, and it's gothic horror. I think it's set in England, but the characters in it are Irish. It's a brother and sister who go to a house, and it's, you know, there's there's a ghost, there might have been a murder, there might have been a crazy woman, but was she really crazy? You don't really know. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I really liked that book, so read Dorothy McArdle. Name an overrated horror novel or author. So I'm gonna get shot in the teeth here for this. I thought Pet Sematary by Stephen King was meh. Like, I only read it recently. Whenever the movie was coming out, I was like, yeah, I better read this before I watch the movie. But even at the start of the book, Stephen King says that it's the scariest one that he's ever written, and it was honestly probably just because everyone was like, this is the scariest thing ever, that when I read it I was like, okay, it's fine. Recommend 3 of your favourite horror novels. So, like I said, I got into horror novels late. Favourite novels though, I mean, The House on Haunted Hill by Shirley Jackson.
That's when she knew she'd fucked up.
Is just a creative writing person's dream. It is just written so fantastically, and she gives such a personality to that house and the place, and I absolutely love it. Stephen King's Carrie. That was a good book. And I don't really have a third. I mean, I've read plenty of horror books that I like, but I don't really have a third because I don't think I've read enough horror novels to get a sense of what is actually fantastic out there, so I'm gonna leave that for now. But watch my future videos. I'm sure I'll find a novel and I will declare it as the greatest thing I've ever read, probably twice a week, so we'll see. Recommend a book to someone who is new to horror. Only because I'm a writer as well, and I'm a creative writing nerd. I'm gonna say The House on Haunted Hill by Shirley Jackson.
Oh my god, it's The Haunting of Hill House. But House on Haunted Hill is a good movie.
Because it's one of those books, it's kind of older, it's got a... Jeez, I've got fake blood on my piercing and it's all sticky. Oh, I hate being sticky. Are there any book to film adaptations that you loved or hated? So, movies that I've loved, Silence of the Lambs is one that I go back to. Jodie Foster is fantastic. That Spider-Man bit though. Ones that I hated. So I thought the book for Pet Sematary was fine. I thought both movies were just a pile of ass. I thought they were terrible. The older one was kind of funny to me, but the brand new one was just garbage. I mean, it had John Lithgow, I love him, but it was just a terrible movie. How do you discover new or new to you horror books? I have a review blog that I've been running for like over a year now. People send me a lot of their books, people ask me to review their books. Some of them are not good, some of them are, I'm so happy that I was asked to review them because I wouldn't have found them otherwise, and some of them have been the best books I read last year. I'm gonna have a video on the books that I read last year, and a few of them were just sent to me for free, and it was just pure chance that I actually got to read them, and I'm really lucky and really glad that I was able to read them. Other than that, I follow a lot of people on Twitter, a lot of reviewers, Nightworms and Ladies of Horror Fiction. I curate a lot of lists of fantastic women writers. They're horror nuts like me, you know. Nerds flock together. Big nerdy birds. What was the last horror book that you bought? The last one that I bought would have been The Institute. I'll link up here down below the review I did of that. It was The Institute by Stephen King. That was the last one that I bought. I don't plan on buying a lot of books this year unless they're really fantastic. I'm hoping to use the library a lot more and borrow books, and there's like a swap table at work that I steal from constantly. So I'm just trying not to spend too much money on books unless I actually love it and I want to keep it on my shelf and read it again. What horror book is at the top of your wish list? Only because I've been watching so many BookTube channels recently, and especially the horror ones and people who've done the horror tag. This is one that keeps coming up and people keep talking about it like it's the scariest thing ever, and it could be another Pet Sematary thing for me where I don't really like it, but House of Leaves is one that people keep talking about and keep saying that it was fantastic, so I'm gonna try that one out, see what it's like. And number 13 is to tag someone. I don't have any friends. Please subscribe, please be my friend. I have social anxiety as well, so I absolutely hate when any kind of competitions or anything tell you that you have to tag someone. It's just get lost. I don't want to tag people. But if you haven't done this tag and you've got this far, well done. Tag yourself, please. Comment down below if you've made a video, a horror tag, so I can watch it, because I want other people's recommendations. I want to see how other people got into horror as well. And yeah, so that was my horror book tag. I hope you appreciate that I actually curled my hair and did some kind of makeup. It's like second Halloween in here. I love it. So yeah, like, subscribe if you like my stuff. I have loads more videos planned in the future, loads more reading to do, and let me know if you have a channel down below as well. I'll check it out. If I like what you're doing, I'll subscribe and we can talk about books. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.